The greatest strength isn't found in the loudest shout, but in the power that needs no voice. In a world obsessed with retaliation, rebuttal, and proving oneself, silence is often mistaken for surrender. We're taught to fight back when insulted, to speak up when ignored, and to counter when attacked. But what if true strength lies not in opposition but in restraint? This is the paradox. You gain real control, not by resisting your opponent's energy, but by mastering your own. Here, Machiavelli steps in. Niccolò Machiavelli, the controversial thinker on power, manipulation, and political control, understood what many still miss. He believed mastering your image, emotions, and reactions is more formidable than brute force. In The Prince, he wrote, "If you can't be both loved and feared, choose fear." But this fear isn't about violence. It's about control. Control of perception, timing, and even silence. Today, we'll uncover 6 silent rules for absolute mastery. These aren't empty boasts or mind games, but calculated growth, invisible strength, and the refined art of becoming unshakable. Begin this journey with clear eyes, looking not just outward, but deep within. You'll see power isn't about controlling others. It's about never letting others control you. I challenge you to affirm this in the comments. Silence is my greatest weapon. Before we dive deeper, like, comment, share this video, subscribe, and don't skip a moment. Each part builds the foundation for something extraordinary. First, stop explaining yourself. Benjamin Disraeli said, "Never complain, never explain." The most potent power is the ability to let go of the need to be understood. Most people are addicted to justifying. They endlessly explain decisions, defend actions, and seek validation. Yet every time you over-explain, you surrender a piece of your authority. You subtly signal, "Your opinion matters more than my peace." True power begins when you stop giving it away. Reflect on this. Have you ever seen someone say no without reason or act unexpectedly yet refuse to justify there's a magnetic, enigmatic quality to them? That mystery, even slight intimidation, comes from simplicity, clarity that needs no defense. Machiavelli mastered this. He urged rulers to act decisively while concealing true intentions. If others can't predict your motives, they can't control or manipulate you. This unpredictability is power. In real life, you might be quietly growing, breaking old habits, or cutting ties with toxic people. Success may not yet show, and others may doubt you. Don't answer them. Let time speak. Every explanation you offer is a crack in the fortress you're building. And trust me, that fortress holds immense strength. People fear what they can't read. They dismiss what they understand. But if you're a silent storm moving with purpose, needing no justification, you become untouchable. The strongest walk away from arguments they could win, choosing peace over victory. They know reacting is merely a distraction. If someone demands to know why you act, they're likely not aligned with your path. This silence isn't weakness, it's a weapon. You owe no one an explanation. You owe yourself results. Second, let their ego bury them. Napoleon Bonaparte once said, "Never interrupt an enemy making a mistake." Power isn't always about advancing. Sometimes it's strategic stillness, watching others overplay their hand while you stand firm. The ego blinds like a veil. The most dangerous man in any room believes himself invincible. When someone insults or underestimates you, don't correct them. Let them underestimate you. Let their guard drop. Then strike with precision. True power resists the urge to prove itself. The moment you try to prove something, you're playing their game. And if that game is ego, guess what? They've been practicing it longer than you. Let them talk. Let them misjudge your silence as ignorance. While they perform, you're building. This unfolds in every part of life: career, relationships, social standing. Someone thinks they've outdone you. They boast about their position. They mock your quiet resolve. Stay patient, centered, and strategic. They'll unravel themselves. Have you ever seen someone so smug they grew reckless, assuming you're no threat? It happens often. In those moments, you have a choice: match their energy or master your own. Choose mastery. You can't control the board by moving every piece at once. You win by letting them think you're losing, then striking with absolute clarity. Let their ego build the stage. You just wait for the curtain to fall. Third, success is your only response. The Joker in The Dark Knight said, "If you're good at something, never do it for free." Now, consider the ultimate silent power move, growing so strong you need no words. There's quiet beauty in focusing so intensely on yourself that you ignore the noise around you. People envy. You build. They doubt your worth. You keep building. They stir drama. You stay steadfast. That's the formula. Machiavelli warned that public image is everything. He urged leaders not to waste time defending their reputation, but to focus on achievements that silence critics. In other words, don't talk about power, create it. The most misunderstood are those transforming. You're no longer your old self, yet not fully your new self. So what happens? People judge. They doubt. They belittle. But you won't falter. Your task is to build silently in the shadows. Don't boast about every step. Don't broadcast every plan. Don't retaliate. Let your growth humble them. Let your evolution shame their misjudgments. When you truly rise, you grow quieter, not from fear, but from focus. You realize silence isn't empty, it's alive with purpose. True change roars less than false bravado. You may feel unseen now, and that's fine. It's part of the design. Caterpillars don't shout before becoming butterflies. They retreat, transform, and emerge. Let others wonder what you're building. Let them speculate. Let them fall silent when you enter the room months later, not because you spoke, but because you've become undeniable. That's how the powerful win through results, silence, and unstoppable evolution. I challenge you to affirm this in the comments. My success speaks louder than their doubts. Fourth, vanish to rise stronger. Marcus Aurelius said, "Retreat within yourself. In silence, you'll find strength." Sometimes, the most powerful move is to step away, not out of anger or weakness, but strategy. When your growth outgrows your environment, when conversations turn shallow, energy grows heavy, or expectations diminish, it's time to withdraw. This isn't isolation, it's incubation. Machiavelli distrusted crowds. He warned leaders that the masses are fickle, praising you today, cursing you tomorrow. True leaders govern from a distance, not from arrogance, but to preserve clarity. Distance grants perspective, and perspective builds power. There's something sacred in stepping back. You stop performing. You stop reacting. You stop feeding the noise. In that silence, you reconnect with your purpose. You recalibrate. You rebuild. But society dislikes your absence. Why? Because when you're not always present, you become unpredictable. The unpredictable are dangerous because they can't be controlled. Others may guilt you, saying you've changed, or act aloof. Good. That's the point. You're not here to repeat old cycles, to engage in the same drama, or to cling to familiar comfort zones. Your withdrawal is your strength. Use it. When you step out of sight, you escape the trap of comparison. You start hearing your inner voice. And when you return, if you choose, you'll be sharper, calmer, more focused than ever. They won't recognize you, nor should they. Let your old self fade away. You don't owe anyone a front row seat to your transformation. Keep your goals private. Disappear like the moon behind clouds, only to return radiant, whole, and undeniable. Affirm this in the comments. I vanish to rise higher. Fifth, don't react. Observe. Lao Tzu said, "He who controls others may be powerful, but he who masters himself is mightier still." Most can't resist the reflex to react. Someone insults you. You retort. Someone dupes you. You prove them wrong. Someone disrespects you. You defend. They're not the loudest or most aggressive. The truly formidable are the quietest. They observe, remember, and study patterns, gathering insights. When the moment is right, they act with precision that seems effortless. Don't argue with fools, study them. Don't retaliate when attacked. Analyze. Don't respond to every jab. Record it mentally, to use as leverage later. You become strategic, not reactive, but intentional. This applies everywhere. In relationships, when someone tries to manipulate you, don't engage in debate. Watch their patterns. Note their tactics. Trust those truths. At work, when someone belittles you, don't react emotionally. Observe their game and use it to surpass them when the time comes. In public, when someone tries to humiliate you, stay composed. They reveal more about themselves than you. Let their insecurity expose itself. This isn't coldness, it's clarity. You're not a puppet. You're not pulled by strings or dancing to anyone's tune. Your strength lies in choosing when, how, or if to respond. While they react to everything, you're crafting something greater, a reservoir of wisdom, a strategy, a legacy. Sixth, defeat them with indifference. Anton Chekhov said, "Being insulted by a fool is a pleasure." There comes a stage of maturity where insults no longer sting, not because others stop trying, but because you stop caring. That moment is true dominance. You've heard, defeat them with kindness, but kindness still spends energy, acknowledging their presence. Go further, defeat them with indifference. This is the ultimate power, dismissing trivial distractions with calm detachment. Their value isn't up for debate. Their indifference terrifies the insecure. They want you to flinch, to lose composure. When you don't, they crumble. Consider this: when someone provokes you and you merely smile, nod, or walk away, what happens? They escalate. They grow louder, more dramatic. Why? Your silence echoes like thunder in their minds. It declares, "I'm above your level." That's dominance, not noise. not revenge, but the cold, quiet choice to ignore their efforts. Let them speak. Let them provoke. Let them wonder why you're unmoved. While they obsess over your silence, you're building something greater. You've mastered your reactions, your presence, and your inner peace. That control is unassailable, authentic, and earned through emotional discipline. That's how you dominate without entering the arena. It's not weakness, it's emotional immortality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You control your mind, not external events." Grasp this, and you'll find unshakable strength. Now you know the 6 silent principles for total mastery. But one truth binds them all: self-mastery. Each point in this video isn't just strategy, it's about you, your silence, your restraint, your growth, your indifference. These aren't signs of retreat, but the bedrock of Stoic power. Stoicism mirrors Machiavelli's genius: perfectly master yourself, and no one else can. Let them underestimate you. Let them gossip. Let them wonder. Your strength shines not in noise, but in what you choose not to do. You don't react. You don't beg. You don't explain. You don't engage in petty battles, because you're building an empire within. The Stoics taught that the greatest victory is over yourself, not over enemies, rivals, or the world, but over your own inner voice that craves anger, revenge, or validation. Silence that voice, and everything else aligns. Machiavelli taught us to rule through perception. Stoicism teaches us to rule through principle. Combine them, and you're untouchable. So here's the final charge. Don't resist. Don't make noise. Don't react. Master yourself. Act in silence. Let your results roar. This is your moment to rise in a way no one can stop, because no one saw it coming. Affirm this in the comments. My silence outshines their noise. If this video stirred something in you, made you pause, and empowered your presence, share it. Like, comment on your favorite principle, share with someone who needs this, and subscribe. This is just the beginning.